Good morning, everyone! Respected teachers and my dear friends, it is a great pleasure to stand before you today. I hope everyone is doing well. Before I begin my speech, I would like to ask you a simple question. When was the last time you read a book? Not because your teacher asked you to, but because you truly wanted to. Think about it for a moment. Nowadays, many of us spend hours scrolling through social media, watching short videos, or playing games on our phones. We can spend 3 or 4 hours looking at a screen without even noticing how quickly time passes. But when someone hands us a book, we often say, "I'm too busy," or "reading is boring." But is reading really boring, or have we simply forgotten how powerful a good book can be? Today, I would like to share my thoughts on the topic, why reading is important. I believe reading is one of the greatest habits a person can develop. It opens our minds, improves our knowledge, strengthens our imagination, and helps us become better students and better human beings. What is reading? Reading is much more than looking at words printed on a page. Reading is a way of learning. Every book contains someone's ideas, experiences, discoveries, or imagination. When we read, we learn from people who lived in different countries, different cultures, and even different centuries. Books allow us to travel around the world without buying a plane ticket. They allow us to meet great scientists, brave leaders, successful business people, talented artists, and inspiring heroes without leaving our chair. In many ways, books are like teachers that are always ready to help us. Reading gives us knowledge. One of the biggest reasons reading is important is because it gives us knowledge. Knowledge is something no one can steal from us. Money can disappear. A phone can break. A computer can stop working. But the knowledge we gain from reading stays with us forever. Every time we read a book, an article, or even a newspaper, we learn something new. We may learn about history. We may learn about science. We may learn about different countries. We may discover new ideas that completely change the way we think. The more we read, the more we understand the world around us. Reading improves vocabulary. Another important benefit of reading is that it improves our vocabulary. Every book introduces us to new words. When we understand more words, we become better at speaking, writing, and communicating with others. Students who read regularly often perform better in school because they understand lessons more easily and can express their ideas clearly. Good communication is an important skill in every career. Whether you want to become a doctor, engineer, teacher, lawyer, business owner, or scientist, communication matters. Reading helps us develop that skill. Reading improves our imagination. Books are magical. When you read a story, your imagination begins to work. You picture the characters, you imagine the places, you hear the conversations in your mind. Unlike movies, books encourage us to create our own pictures and ideas. That is why reading makes us more creative. Many famous writers, artists, inventors, and filmmakers developed their creativity by reading books when they were young. Reading improves concentration. Today's world is full of distractions. Our phones ring, notifications appear every few minutes. Videos last only a few seconds before another one starts. Because of this, many people find it difficult to focus. Reading trains our brain to concentrate. When we read a book, we pay attention to the story for a longer period of time. Little by little, our concentration becomes stronger. This helps us not only in school, but also in our future careers. Reading reduces stress. Life can sometimes be stressful. Students worry about exams, adults worry about work, families worry about many responsibilities. Reading can help us relax. When we read an interesting book, we forget our worries for a while. Our mind becomes calm. Many people enjoy reading before going to bed because it helps them sleep peacefully. Books can become our best friends during difficult times. Reading helps us understand others. Books teach us about people whose lives are different from ours. We read stories about different cultures, different religions, and different experiences. As we read, we begin to understand how other people think and feel. This makes us kinder and more understanding. Reading teaches us empathy. Empathy means putting ourselves in another person's position. The more we understand others, the better our relationships become. Successful people read every day. Have you ever wondered why many successful people spend time reading? Successful people understand that learning never stops. Even after finishing school or university, they continue reading because they know knowledge leads to growth. Books provide ideas that help people solve problems, make better decisions, and become wiser. Success is not only about talent, it is also about learning continuously. Reading allows us to continue learning throughout our lives. Reading builds confidence. When we know more, we become more confident. Imagine speaking in front of an audience. If you have read many books, you have more ideas to share. You can answer questions more confidently. You can join conversations without feeling nervous. Knowledge gives us confidence. Reading gives us knowledge. Therefore, reading builds confidence. Developing a reading habit. Some people say they don't like reading. Usually it is because they haven't found the right book yet. Not every book is suitable for every person. Some people enjoy adventure stories. Some enjoy science. Some enjoy history. Others enjoy biographies or mystery novels. The important thing is to find books that interest you. Start with just 15 or 20 minutes every day. Turn off your phone. Sit somewhere quiet. Read one chapter. Soon, reading will become a habit. Like exercising, the more you practice, the stronger you become. Reading in the digital age. Today, we live in the digital age. Technology is wonderful. We can read books on tablets, phones, and computers. We can access libraries online. We can learn almost anything through reading. Technology should not replace reading. Instead, technology should help us read more. Whether you choose a printed book or an electronic book, the important thing is to keep reading. A personal reflection. Personally, I believe every book teaches us something valuable. Sometimes a book teaches us facts. Sometimes it teaches us courage. Sometimes it teaches us kindness. Sometimes it changes our way of thinking. Every page we read helps us become a better version of ourselves. Even if we forget some details later, the lessons remain in our hearts and minds. Ladies and gentlemen, reading is not just a hobby. It is an investment in ourselves. Books help us learn, imagine, communicate, think, dream, and grow. They improve our knowledge, vocabulary, creativity, concentration, confidence, and understanding of the world. If we spend only a little time reading every day, the benefits will stay with us for the rest of our lives. Before I finish, I would like to leave you with this message. Today, a reader. Tomorrow, a leader. Every great achievement begins with learning, and every learning journey begins by opening a book. So let us spend less time endlessly scrolling through our phones and more time reading books that inspire us, educate us, and help us become better people.